You say you had to protect your family. I don't want to dredge up some bad memories, but just explain to those who might not know what kind of things happened to you and your family in the UK that made you want to leave.
Yeah, look, ever since I spoke out on racism at Yorkshire County Cricket Club, I was met with a lot of abuse, whether that be online or in person. But little did I know that that would turn into, physical intimidation, attacks on my businesses, and
Like what?
we had a situation where very early on where people came into the shop that I was running and saying I was a terrorist and threatening to blow it up. And then with a situation at my parents' house with a gentleman coming in, broad daylight, defecating, being in and out. So a lot of suspicion things were happening in and around our houses, which, yeah, I didn't feel like very safe. So, young family and elderly parents, I felt like it was important to protect them.
Someone defecated on your front door, basically.
Well, back garden, really.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was in and out, video footage, everything there. Yeah, nothing was being done about it. So I felt like I had to make that decision
Yeah.
myself.
Pretty horrendous that. I mean, you got racially abused, and yet you're the one who has to leave the country. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I think, look, I go through moments, I think sad more than anything else. I wish the game that I have given my life to protected me a little bit more, showed the same compassion to me that it has to some of the perpetrators. But, unfortunately, that's where we are within the game and within our society. But as I said, for me, it was very important. My kids didn't need to go through that. They didn't make the decision to speak out. So, yeah, that's it breaks me, to be honest, to have had to leave a place I've called home for over 20 years.
So you've left. You've come back now. Obviously, you're back and forth a little bit between the UK and UAE. But it seems as though things haven't changed too much at Yorkshire. I mean, Colin Graves is now back as the chairman. He was the chairman between 2012 and 2015 when a lot of this stuff was happening. He's the same man who dismissed racism as banter. What are your thoughts on him coming back to Yorkshire?
Yeah, I think it's pretty reflective of the game. In some ways, I think Yorkshire's a distraction because I think it allows everyone else to pretend that they're all right. This is a game-wide problem, as it was shown through the ICEC. I think actions speak louder than words. I think it will set the game back. I think it has set the game back. I actually don't want to concentrate on Yorkshire too much because I think their actions are showing, what they are and where they're at in this space. But I wish the game as a whole pushed back on that return a bit more than it did.
Could it have been prevented? How could it have been prevented, do you think?
Well, I think, look, absolutely it could have been prevented. Everything's about a choice. The governing body had a choice. The CDC had a choice. The leaders had a choice. And they took the easy option out. As I said, there's a lot that's gone on at Yorkshire that people are not aware of and continues to. But as I said, Yorkshire's a very convenient distraction. It's throughout the game.
Yeah, so what does it say about the game as a whole? Do you feel that the racism issue here in the UK, in cricket, has been brushed under the carpet a little bit since you left?
Yeah, I think so. Yes and no. The one thing I do want to emphasize on it, there are a lot of good people across the game wanting to make things better, but leadership matters. And that these decisions matter. There'll have been hundreds of people over the last year and a half disgusted, horrified at some of the things that were going on in the game and putting their day and night into making things better. And then with one decision, like Colin Graves coming back, it sets it all back because ultimately trust is broken. Yeah, I think English cricket is trying to PR their way out of this. And unfortunately, if they haven't realised yet, they need to realise very soon that our society is not going to sit back and watch them just PR their way out of the issues that are endemic in the game.